Hey guys, Wood here. Over the past 2 decades, Smash Bros. Has consistently one-upped itself and floored most of the competition with its incredible soundtracks. Hell, Smash Ultimate has well over 4 digits worth of songs at this point. And sure, there is some filler. I don't think we needed 3 bath time remixes, but most of them are still worth listening to. But due to the crossover nature of Smash, most of them are based off of songs from other franchises. Some of the songs made just for Smash Bros. Are incredible and iconic in their own right, and I think they slip under a lot of people's radars. So I'll be counting down what I think are the top 10 best Smash Bros. Original songs in the series history. If you don't agree with the placement or think another song should have made the list, put it in the comments. But keep it civil, okay? Number 10. It's honestly a miracle Smash 64 was made at all. With its secretive and rushed production, a lot of shortcuts had to be taken. Characters share moves with each other or were cut all together, and overall content is sparse. Unfortunately, the soundtrack, while pretty good, was not exempt from the N64's limitations. None of it is bad to listen to per se, but you'd struggle to call it very memorable, especially in a game with basically no menu theme and no Smash-specific stages to hear them on in versus mode. But there is one track from 64, here by popular demand, that made the cut.
Mario vs. Fighting Polygon Team!
Dual Zone, or the Fighting Polygon Team battle theme, could be considered the first ever Battlefield theme, and it deserves some credit for that. The actual composition is well put together and energetic, which helps it overcome the Fisher-Priciness of the N64's sound font. It's a great track and arguably the best in Smash 64 behind Dreamland, but it is not perfect. The loop is very short, less than a minute, which can make this song very repetitive, and compared to the majesty and intensity of subsequent Battlefield themes, this one still sounds like a scene from Scooby-Doo to me. But it is beloved by many, and I'm happy it made it into Ultimate. Number 9. Oh yeah, now this is more like it. It's crazy how one singular, unrelated track from one mode in one game in the series became such a well-remembered staple. The production is tight and upbeat, and one of the best dance tracks in the entire series. It's aged incredibly well for being older than most of the Smash Bros. Player base and is an absolute bop all around, but it was composed for a mode that was meant to be played in short bursts, and as such, the short loop can get grating after long listens. It's funny with the way that Smash constantly remixes and updates its older music, that one of the most fan-covered tracks doesn't have an official remix. I think it could benefit from one, but as it stands now, Targets is a series classic and deserves its spot on this list. Number 8. On the subject of sprucing up older tracks, the How to Play theme has been used unchanged in every tutorial video since Melee. It's serviceable, I guess, and has a certain spot in people's minds as the track you hear when you leave the game idling too long, but it is definitely getting long in the tooth at this point. Man, if only someone revamped it and brought it up to date. But what would that even sound like, though? Look, I know Smash likes to remix itself a lot, but I'm fairly certain nobody saw this one coming. You took a tutorial theme that sounded like a high school marching band doing halftime, and turned it into an epic orchestral piece that sounds like an army preparing for war? I guess that's what happens when you get the guy who did music for Dark Souls to arrange it. I'm just blown away that this even exists, that anyone felt the need to make it, but I'm so glad they did because this is awesome. More remixes like this one, please. Number 7. What Break the Targets is to Melee, the coin launcher theme is to Brawl. Because let me tell you, Brawl's Target Smash theme sure isn't.
Get that trash out of here!
Coin Launcher is another single, isolated little song from one small mode and only one entry in the franchise. But it is so nice. Aside from the main theme and maybe Bramble Blast, this has to be the most Brawl track ever. The calming synth contrasts perfectly with the up-tempo techno backbeat, and really gives you the feeling of playing on the Wii in your mom's basement as a kid. It has a lot more meat on its bones than Targets, and holds up much better to long listening sessions. And since it is technically a remix of Brawl's main theme, it arguably has more of a legacy as well. It holds up well on its own to this day, with a great mood and killer hooks. Throw it on next time you make an arena. Number 6. If you ask any random normie what they think of when they hear Smash Brothers, chances are they'll respond with no items, Fox only, Final Destination, most likely spelled out in Impact font. Melee's Final Destination has become a symbol of the entire franchise more or less, and it has a pretty spectacular theme to go with it. For Melee, Sakurai insisted on getting an orchestrated soundtrack, and it shines with the Final Destination theme. The choir breakdown in the middle of a track, for instance, is absolutely gorgeous. What a lot of people don't know is that this song is actually a remix of the credits theme from 64. Imagine playing this game for the first time in 2001 on your brand new GameCube, Smash 64 is still fresh in your mind, and when you fight Master Hand, you hear an epic remaster of the song that played when you beat him in the last game in a different key. It has some flaws, mainly how stunted and noticeable the break in the loop is. But Melee Final Destination is a song you can play by itself, and people who have never even played the game can go, oh, is that from Smash Brothers? And I feel like that is why it should be on this list. Number 5. Look, it's cool to hate on Smash 4, I get it. It's a generally accepted rule that the game that came before the newest in a series is trash. Until the next one comes out, then it's an underrated classic. You can lambast Smash 4 all day, but you cannot, I repeat, you cannot hate on its main theme. It just punches harder than the rest of the series' main themes, and it deserves to be on this list. Question is, which version? There are a lot of different mixes to choose from, and it's certainly not going to be Trophy Rush. Well, if you're looking for a great remix of a Smash game's main theme, you'll probably end up on Final Destination. Version 2. While version 1 is more lush and suitable for the boss battles you have on FD, version 2 is what you play when you're going one-on-one with someone. The pumping and crunchy J-Rock guitars give you all the Guilty Gear and anime opening vibes you could want, without any of the cringy lyrics you don't. It's by far the best version of what I think is the most underrated Smash theme. It just gets you hype. And when it hits that shredding solo in the middle, look, I love a good symphonic piece, but sometimes you need to change a pace, especially when that pace is 100 miles an hour. Number 4. Say what you want about Brawl, and for the most part, everyone has, it had the biggest leap in Smash Bros. Soundtracks, going from around 80 tracks in Melee to over 300. And like I said before, the crown jewel is its main theme. The male choir brings in that darker mood Brawl is known for, and more than anything it gives the feeling of hugeness fitting for such an ambitious game for the time. But as good as the original version of the Brawl theme is, it isn't the best rendition of it. Yes, once again we are back to Final Destination, go figure. But it isn't just me, tons of people seem to agree Brawl had the best FD theme. It maintains the dark grandeur of the original theme while pumping everything up a few notches and adding some guitar. The only weak spot of this track is the long stretch of dead air before it loops. Even still, Smash 4 needed 2 FD themes to accomplish what Brawl did with one. Have a track that's derivative of the game's main theme, while also setting the stage for both boss battles and intense one-on-one matches. And with Ultimate's FD theme being largely forgettable, it looks like Brawl's will remain king for some time yet. Number 3. I wasn't one of the lucky people to see Melee revealed at E3 2001, but I do remember first booting Melee up on my friend's GameCube. I had loved Smash 64, but I didn't know what to expect from the sequel. We sat through the GameCube startup jingle, then suddenly, I saw that gorgeous CG montage and I heard that orchestrated theme. Surely a song this seminal should have a spot on the list, right? Well, I thought so too. Until I realized there's a better version of it in Brawl. Brawl does what it does best and bulks up the original Lush theme into a song you can duke it out to. It's hard to hear the breakdown and not imagine Sheik playing the harp. And the build-up that comes after makes you feel like you can run 10 miles. Unfortunately, opening themes weren't ever meant to loop, so the break between two cycles is kind of abrupt and doesn't carry the momentum very well. But that's just one small nitpick of a blemish on an otherwise amazing track. Number 2. The word of the day is iconic, and the only Smash song you could argue is more iconic than the Melee intro theme is its menu theme. A lot of people even consider it Melee's main theme. It's been updated a handful of times, including a pretty impressive remix for Melee's Battlefield theme. But what if you took that Melee Battlefield theme, remixed it again, and stuck it on the Wii U? Smash 4 refers to this track as Menu parentheses Melee version 2, but Ultimate rightfully renamed it to a Battlefield remix. It even has the same old synth sounds. By taking the techno-heavy Melee track and rearranging it with an orchestra and even a choir, Nobuka Toda was able to bring that same amazing energy she brought to the Metal Gear Solid series to Smash Bros., even if Snake wasn't in Smash 4. This track makes every friendly feel like grand finals, and pays homage to what's considered one of the most recognizable Smash Bros. Tracks ever. It would have been at the top of the list if I didn't discover number 1 very late into making this video. What could possibly top this? Well, we're about to see. But first, some honorable mentions. Mob Smash is an infectious and groovy little tune that makes right what Brawl's Target Smash and Smash 4's Trophy Rush did wrong. I love how the intro sounds like something from SNL, and the horn section are playing their ass off. I'm from the competitive scene where people don't really play through classic mode, which is a shame really because this track is a sugar rush and a half. It's perfect for a race against the clock, and the constant tempo changes really sell the tension. Coincidentally, all of the honorable mentions happen to be remixes of Ultimate's main theme. How about that? Galeem's fight theme is an absolutely gorgeous multi-piece epic that reminded me of when I attended the Legend of Zelda Symphony, and I think that's pretty high praise. It might honestly be too pretty for its own good, as it lacks the punch I think a boss battle theme needs. It was the closest to making the list until number 1 squeezed it out. Number 1. World of Light might not be a perfect story mode per se. It's pretty grindy and lacks a lot of the characters Subspace Emissary had, but it does have one thing over Brawl single player: a hell of a twist villain. Imagine, you make your way through the game and finally beat Galeem, the being that erased everyone but Kirby. You take it down only to find out once you snuff out the light, darkness comes after, and you have a whole new boss to fight. You enter into the world of dark, and you hear this. This is the most powerful and intense theme from a Nintendo game I've ever heard. It encapsulates the epic, often orchestral themes Smash Bros. Soundtracks are known for, while the tinkling piano, choir, and violin give the sort of uneasiness you should expect before you fight a literal embodiment of darkness. The production is almost Hollywood-esque, with a lot of people comparing it to a certain other huge crossover hit. In fact, I think the best way to show this song off is to just make a trailer out of it. Thanks for watching, guys. It was fun doing another top 10 list after all this time. Be sure to let me know in the comments what your favorite Smash song is and why you would put it on the list if it wasn't on there. Special thanks to the patrons that support the channel between uploads. Like this video if you enjoyed it, which I'm assuming you did if you're still here, and subscribe if you haven't so you know when I upload next. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next video.